Hey everyone, it's the Hump Day edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. I'm recording this video about 2:15 in the afternoon on this Wednesday, and as promised, as advertised, it feels much more like January today than it has recently. Nothing real unusual about this at all. In fact, temperatures this afternoon are just a shade below average. We have a 28 right now at the Youngstown Warren Airport. In fact, lots of 28s and 29s throughout northeast Ohio and western Pennsylvania. We've also got these real random scattered flurries around. Of course, no accumulation with this, but you'll see the occasional snowflake for the rest of the afternoon. We'll zoom out and take a look at kind of a broader view of things here. Put up the pressure analysis, and what we've got going on today is low pressure up over eastern Canada. There's a cold front out in here, out ahead of the front. It's still in the 40s along the east coast, but behind the front, again, much more typical of January today. We've got clouds around, and the air is a little bit colder out to the Midwest. It's in the single digits and teens in parts of the Midwest today. Well, where is it really, really cold? And, well, you got to head all the way up into northern Canada to find it. There's not much extreme cold on the playing field just yet. I think that's going to change by next week, and I'll show you next week's scenario here coming up shortly. So a broad view of things on this Wednesday afternoon. Florida's a little cool, only 64 right now in Orlando, 67 Miami. Really, the deserts of Arizona and California are the really warm spots today. All right, let's talk about what the radar will look like as we go into the future. A few flurries around for the rest of this afternoon, maybe early this evening. That's it. I'm going to fast forward all the way to tomorrow afternoon. Our next weather maker will be approaching tomorrow afternoon. I think we'll see some sun on our Thursday. Here's this next system approaching from the west. You'll notice it's not a big one, real scattered snow shower activity around parts of the Midwest as we pause the animation here at 5 p.m. tomorrow. I think we've got to wait until well after sunset before this next round of precipitation moves in. Maybe there's some scattered snow showers entering Ohio at about 7 tomorrow evening, and then beyond that, into tomorrow night and into Thursday morning, we may see enough snow, Friday morning, I should say, tomorrow night into Friday morning, we may see enough snow shower activity to coat the ground in some spots. Maybe even we get a half an inch out of this. So Friday, especially in the morning, we might have to be on guard for real scattered problems on the roads. Doesn't take much snow to cause some slick spots, and with a fresh coating Friday morning, that could certainly be a little bit of an issue. Don't forget about my weather blog. I put a nice update on this morning, reviewing where we've been in winter so far, because now, here in the middle of January, it's kind of the halfway mark of meteorological winter. We consider that to be December, January, and February. Now, of course, we're in mid-January, so we hit the pause button a little bit and reviewed how the winter's been so far and what we can expect going forward into the next 10 days to 2 weeks. And then a little speculation about the rest of the winter's snowfall as well. So that's my weather blog, ericwfmj.com. Some of you might be watching this video on that blog, but in case you're watching this video on wfmj.com/weather, our station website, head over to my blog, ericwfmj.com, for a cool write-up, and you'll find all sorts of other goodies on there as well. All right, so I mentioned there can be a coating of snow Thursday night into parts of Friday. Here's the weather map Friday afternoon. Got low pressure moving out of Michigan, another cold front moving in, and this is just one in a series of these little Alberta clipper systems coming out of Alberta, Canada, moving through the northern tier of states. Typically, they don't bring much moisture. Typically, they're weak. They're fast-moving. These are no exception. As we head into the weekend, here's Saturday's map. A couple of flurries around midday, maybe early afternoon. This next little clipper has a little bit more of a southerly track. And depending on where exactly this goes, this may be one that we have to watch. Someone might get an inch or two out of this across parts of the region. Right now, I think that's more likely to be from I-70 on south towards the Ohio River. But we're going to keep a close eye on this. The models aren't in great agreement. But right now, my gut feeling is Saturday is okay here with flurries. The farther south away from Youngstown you are, the better chance you might have of picking up an inch or even 2 inches worth of snow at the start of the weekend. A little more likely in Columbus than it will be here. All right, second half of the weekend coming up on Sunday. Another little clipper. This one's a more northerly track, so I don't think anyone's getting an inch or two out of this, but scattered flurries along this next front in through here. Not a big deal. Pretty cold weekend coming up. So we head into next week. Monday looks tranquil. This is Monday's map, nothing going on. And then our big story as we head towards the middle of next week, I think, is going to be the cold. We're going to fast forward to Tuesday. This is the beginnings of the next cold wave with maybe a little skiff of snow with that. But a week from today, next Wednesday, this will be our coldest air probably that we've seen since the Arctic outbreak last week. I don't think this is going to be as severe, but Wednesday into Thursday, while there's not going to be much snow with this at all, we're probably talking about some pretty serious cold. All right, so here's the projected low temperatures next Wednesday morning A lot of single digits on this map, where you see the grays, that's below zero. Could be a good chunk of northern PA below zero, Michigan, northwest Ohio as well. Odds favor us being in the single digits next Wednesday morning. Wednesday afternoon's highs, maybe no better than the lower teens here. This is a week from now, so this forecast subject to change. But right now the trends are for it to be well below average, not as severe as last week, but still pretty cold. And then Wednesday night into Thursday morning, we're back in the single digits once again. So that's a look at the middle of next week. I'm going to now take another step outward, and we're going to talk about the last week of January and kind of speculate a little bit here on what the temperature trends will be. And the models are in pretty good agreement. Here's the GFS American model, taking a look at the 25th through the 30th here. Looks pretty cold everywhere east of the Mississippi with warm and dry weather out west. What else is new? Very severe drought situation unfolding in California. That's the GFS. Here's the CFS, the climate forecasting system. Just another kind of suite of models that we take a look at. And it has a similar idea with a batch of below average air from the Rockies right down through Texas and into the east. So overall, while it's too early to say how cold with any degree of accuracy, really, it does look colder than average, not only next week, but the week after that as well for the final week of January and heading up towards Groundhog Day. All right, that's weather for Weather Geeks on this Wednesday. I'll see you on Thursday, same time, same place. In the meantime, check out my forecast tonight on 21 News at 6 and 11.